Welcome to the Fermented Homestead. If you're new here, my name is Anna, and on this channel, I'm sharing our journey of learning how to turn our home into a homestead. Today, we're going to be fermenting some red onions. I am told these are quite delicious, thrown on top of just about anything that you would want to have onions with. So we are going to go ahead and ferment it and give it a try. So there's not really a recipe to this. It's just very basic pickling or fermenting. So that's all we're going to do. Okay. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to ferment it in a mason jar, and I have a pickle puck and a pickle pipe that I'm going to put on top of them. So I want to make sure that I'm keeping these under the brine. So I'm going to set aside part of the outermost peel and put it in there as like a cover for it, if that makes sense. Okay, so trying to get the outer leaf of this onion off is about as difficult as trying to get the outer leaf of cabbage off. So you just kind of gotta be careful. It might be a little bit easier than that, just for whatever reason, I don't know. Haha, got one. So I'm gonna aim for 2. Actually, let's see what we get out of this one before we commit. I think this one just has a better shape. This one's kind of more round, more narrow and more rounded than this one, so I think this one would make a much better top. So we're just gonna take 2 from this one. Well, 1 more, I should say. That one's much easier. I think that should be enough. So all we're gonna do with this is we're just gonna kind of dice it, I guess. Not really dice, but cut it into strings, straws. Yeah. So yeah, we're just gonna cut them like this, but we're gonna leave them. We're not gonna process. I'm not gonna cut them any further than that. Oh, mother of pearl, man. Okay, and I'm just gonna break them up into the jar. I don't think you need to break them up in the jar, but I'm gonna. Because I want to. Maybe I shouldn't have. I don't think I can fit any more in this jar. I mean, I shouldn't have broken them up in the beginning. Probably just want to put it in there like I did towards the end, and you'll be able to fit more in there, I would imagine. Okay, so onward. Now we're gonna get ready and do the brine. I already have some water warmed up, so. Okay, so we have some kind of warm water in here, and I added 1 tablespoon of salt. And so all we're gonna do is just dissolve this in the water. And then once it gets dissolved enough, I'm gonna add more cold water to get it to fill all the way up. So it's basically the ratio that I like to use is 2 tablespoons per 1 quart of water. So a tablespoon per pint, I guess would be an easier way to remember that. Okay. And then all I'm gonna do is add the water to it. And this one might take a little while to actually get it to fill up because there's so much, it's packed and there's so much, air holes and just packedness in there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and fill it up as much as I can. And I probably just filled it up too much. You wanna make sure that you're leaving probably like at least an inch, if not an inch and a half of headspace here, because you need to add the weight to it. You need to add this on top of it. So I think I'm just gonna let this set on the counter for just a little bit. And then we're gonna put this little cap on it inside. And I'll bring you back for that part of it, okay? All right, so I was all done with the ferments, had everything put away, and then I realized that I was not done with the ferments. So just to bring you back here for a minute, the dishwasher comes on, of course. So as I was mentioning earlier, I figured that this would probably go down some to make it so that I could actually put the top on top of it, and I was right. So I kind of pushed down on it, and it definitely had some give to it. So all I'm gonna do is just kind of cup it just over on top of all of the onions here. And since I have all of these, I may as well use them. You don't need this many. But the more you put on there, the better chance that you will not have a failure. And I'm just pushing down on them. I'm gonna dump some of this out. Okay, so now I'm gonna put this one here again on top. Making sure. Okay, there we go. Need to dump a little more. Okay, and so the next step with these is just gonna be covering them up. And I have a pickle puck. You totally don't need a pickle puck at all. You can use a rock, and I do quite often. You can just put it on here. You want to make sure that it's boiled and cleaned and stuff, of course, sanitized. Gonna have to dump even more. So I'm just pushing down on it. Dump some more. Okay. All right, so we're all done. Now I just need to find one of the little screw lid things, or the bands, and screw that on there. But other than that, the onions are totally done. They'll most likely will just continue to sink a little bit over time. I have no idea when these are going to be done. I've never done anything like this at all. I know that it has some sugar in it, but not a tremendous amount of sugar in it. I know it has like some, what's it called? Prebiotics. I can't think of the word. But anyways, it itself is increased food for any kind of bacteria or anything. So that might help it to grow faster. I really don't know. So I'm going to bring you back along the way, and I'm going to show you how long it takes, and kind of at least how long it takes for it to be when I enjoy it when it's done. I've never actually had fermented onions. I've never had pickled onions or anything like that. So this should be a pretty fun experiment, and I'm excited to bring you along and show you what it is, in case maybe you've never had it either. Or in case you have had it and you want to make it even better. So we'll see in probably a few days to a few weeks. So it has been about, I think it's a week and 6 days since we actually left this to ferment. It might have been 2 weeks, somewhere around there. And so now we are ready to actually give this thing a try. I've never had a fermented or a pickled onion ever. So I'm really excited to try this. I'm not a huge fan of red onions, but I'm willing to give it a try. Helps to take it off all the way, doesn't it? Okay, so we are mold free. I knew that as of a couple of days ago, but I hadn't checked it in a couple of days, so happy to know it's still mold free. It's a very mild smell. I don't even know if this is gonna be ready, but we're gonna find out, aren't we? Get our big old puck out. Okay, let's see if we can dig under here. So you can see it's super duper pretty. Now let's try and dig out a piece. Ooh. See? Push on it here. I don't know if you can see all that, but it's pretty active. Oh, I wish I could see that better. Okay. That's like an end piece. So what I'm trying to do when I'm actually testing these is I'm trying to keep the top intact, the little cover that goes on top of it. I'm trying to keep that intact in case it's not done. And that way I can just repackage it up and it's not going to be a huge issue. And once I do repackage it, it won't start to grow mold and things won't start to float to the top. It just makes it a lot easier if you can kind of just dig around it when you're not sure if it's ready yet. Okay. I got a piece of onion. Let's see how this tastes. That's about the blandest tasting onion I've ever had in my life. Oops. 5-second rule. It's not ready. Okay, so I'm just gonna let this go. I'm gonna check this probably next weekend again. I don't feel like it's really anywhere even close, so I'm not gonna worry about the timing on that one. So we'll see you back here in a little bit for another taste test. So now the time has come and I'm ready to go ahead and try these red onions, the fermented red onions. Ready to give it a try and see how they taste. It's been 7 weeks exactly. So it smells like fermented onions. I don't know what else to expect. Okay. And I have been checking on this. I haven't done anything with it. I tasted it once a while ago and it didn't taste like really anything much different. So I kind of, after that, just left it to ferment with my green onions. So. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. There we go. And I have a nice clean plate over here to set the weight on in case it's not ready yet, which I think probably after 7 weeks, I think I'm probably just going to pull it no matter what. It's just been a long time and I'm ready to be done with it. So just pulling back the onion cover here. Okay. Let's give it a try. It's really bland. I thought it would be a lot more. I don't know what I expected. I guess I just expected it to enhance the flavor, and all it's really done is really mellow out the flavor. So I don't know what I would do with this. A lot of people suggest and say that they put it on top of tacos or, other kinds of, ethnic type of dishes. And so maybe I guess that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll just throw it on top of some curry or something that I make. I don't eat tacos really much. Not because I don't like them, just because most of the ingredients in them I can't have. So let's try it again. Okay. Getting a little more flavor on that one. Okay. It's pretty good. I don't know necessarily if I would go through the trouble of trying to ferment this again, but I might. We'll see how it goes. So onions, I mean, I definitely don't need to ferment these any longer. I don't think. Most people that I had seen had suggested only doing it for less than a week and then saying that it's done and they put it in the fridge. And when I tried it after probably about, I don't remember exactly how long it was that I tried it, testing it before, but it was within a week to 2 weeks, probably even a little bit less than 2 weeks. So anyways, I tried it and it just wasn't strong enough. And really the flavor, I don't think it has changed a whole lot if my memory serves correctly. Okay. So one thing that I wanted to go ahead and share with you guys that I went ahead and picked up at my local, it's like a brew shop thing that I have, and they sell lots of different fermenting stuff. And one of the things that I had picked up were these pH strips. And the reason that I got them is to show you guys if you're a little bit apprehensive about starting to ferment things and you're kind of concerned. I've had a few people on here that have been concerned about it. And so I wanted to go ahead and show you how these pH strips work. And basically all you do is, oh, these are nice fancy ones. I'm used to the ones that are like just paper. These are nice. These are like plastic. Okay, so all you need to do is with the ferment, you need to make sure that when you're consuming it, that it is at a pH of less than 4. If it's less than 4, it means it's too acidic for any kind of botulism or any of the really bad stuff to be able to grow in it or survive or even just be there present. Well, I mean, the spores might be present, but you know, it won't be, I'm not helping. So basically all we're gonna do is we're just gonna dip this in the brine for 1 to 2 seconds and pull it out. And you can see on here, it has this little strip matching thing, and you match it up here. And I would say it kind of between 3.6 and 3.2. So we'll call it 3.4. How about that? So this ferment is below 4% or 4.0 pH. So it is too high on the acidic scale for any kind of botulism or anything like that to be able to reproduce. So this ferment, according to all of the safety measures and all those kinds of things, is perfectly safe to consume. It's under 4.0 pH. So I just wanted to kind of show you guys how that works. I'm going to try and use these a little bit more here and there in the taste testings and things like that, just so that you guys can kind of get an idea of the acidity level of different kinds of ferments and things like that, how long it takes to actually get into the 4.0 acidity range, because the quicker that you can get it under 4.0, the better, basically. And beyond that, it's just a matter of flavor and developing of the bacteria and all of those sorts of things. So I just wanted to go ahead and show you guys the pH strip that I was able to find and pick up. And just kind of give you an idea of how to kind of really be able to tell if you're a little bit on the fence about trying ferments and the safety of it. You can buy those pH strips. You don't have to get these big fancy plastic ones. Most of the ones that you'll find are actually like paper. Those are the ones that I'm the most familiar with. But these ones are pretty cool, so I like them. I'll probably end up buying them again. It was a reasonable price. It was $7.95 for, I think there's 100 in here. Yeah, 100. So, I mean, they're 7 cents a piece, almost 8 cents a piece. So if you are concerned about the safety of it, you know, 8 cents a piece might be good for your peace of mind and to be able to help you to venture into the fermented foods world. So I hope that is a tip that you guys find beneficial. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.